Hello everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV once again. Looks like we landed here at night during Shaolin. Last time we left off, we were teleported here. I think it was night then too, but in any case we're going to go ahead and do say Master Forashu was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith. We may yet have time to discuss the recent adventures ere we have summoned to the Rostria. Man, I could not talk there for a moment. That's kind of not very good. Yeah, I can't imagine us doing anything else besides going to the other half of Labyrinthos now. And so we only have that in the last zone that we have to uncover. So given that, it's kind of like, yeah, I think we're definitely going to be doing the rest of the Labyrinths. Yeah, we're also level 89 now, which I'm extremely happy about, because we should be level 90 without much trouble soon. Excuse me. But yeah, it's definitely seems like the end is in sight. I kind of guess that the last zone's probably going to be where Meteon is. Wherever they are in space. Not that I'm complaining, Yarn-J, but I wasn't expecting you to see quite so soon. Nor IV, in extolling the virtues of Aetherius, I did inadvertently awaken Loporet's desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Corello tells us you have attained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I'm news to share regarding our study of the Ethereal Sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, and so I'd rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elep's flower lead? Then this dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasa are one and the same, then it all but proves Hana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteon. Rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she had been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred, drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetherius. And our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteon. Make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteon and we deliver the world from the final days, but to even attempt it there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteon escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vanette, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of Tempora magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vanette you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Meteon? No, but Meteon is still out there. Aye, though not for lack of trying on Heidelin's part, surely that's why she used me as a conduit for her will. Provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So what's the second condition? Let's find a means to reach Meteon. Naturally, your chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. The commuting of Heidelin must be a necessity come first. Did you or Master Bertoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Arnvald and the other Echo Bless allies, we couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the Antitower. Master Bertoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, but we've just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodius. And Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Alright, let's see what's going on then. It probably is funny to have the entire forum be listening to the person that wanted us to throw us out in the first place. Now being like, yeah, let's tell them everything. I think it's right up here, isn't it? Or no, it's further away than that. Okay. No, I think it's up these stairs, alright? One more flight and I think we're good. I'm probably gonna shook a shard here, but whatever. The forum is in session, and as such, the Rostra is closed to visitors. A sign of the Seven Dawn. Very well. You may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry would only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Where's the location? Oh, it's inside, okay. Alright, we wait here, I guess.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these. But since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This arc, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
Call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Alright, well that went better than expected. Sorry about yelling at the rest of you on my plan. I was immediately thinking on my feet for the most part. But since it required both a means of communicating with Hydaelyn and reaching Meteon, in the spur of the moment I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I like to think it was not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. As instructed, shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Let's go ahead and make our way out of here. How do we get out of here again? Is it this way? No, I don't think it is. I think it's the other way. Yeah, I think it's this way. Actually, maybe I should just check with the map here. Hang on. Alright. Is there anything here for us to grab while we're here? Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything too particular here at the moment. There's indeed something to the west, which I'm not sure if that would be on our way or not, but we'll probably see in a moment. Because it looks like we're heading southwest anyways. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Four Men's wisdom has granted you access to the Archelon's lift. Step inside and have a Fulian take you to the medial circuit. Alright, well that helps out, doesn't it? Go and use the lift. I have sent your associates ahead to Logiston Alpha on the other side of Muriel Agronomics. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to... No, never mind, it can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. Alright, let's see where we are. Yeah, we still have to head west, apparently. Oh, that's way down there, huh? I'm really wondering if I can get to that other ether current, because I think I missed some when I first went through here, possibly at least. Oh, I'm looking for travel, yeah. I need 5 more. I'm not sure if I can reach it from where it is. That's like my only issue, potentially. So we are going to see here soon enough. So if we can reach it, it's going to be like right at the edge of the map over here. No, we're not going to be able to reach that, okay. Okay, so that was not anywhere we can actually reach at the moment, so... Slightly unfortunate, but you know. We'll get around to it. So the other 5 are definitely in the area that we haven't been to yet, so... And I guess the other 4 quests... Well, I'm assuming one of the quests, either quest ones, are probably behind whatever trial we're gonna get, because we're definitely up for another trial. So we need at least 3 more of the either quest from the normal quests. Yeah, it looks like we have some fog over there, huh? I guess that's what I'm assuming. Got anything with the ether currents around here? It's to the west still. So these other ones must be pretty far down then. Stray tomato. It certainly has been an interesting expansion so far. Where am I going? Okay, I think it's this spot over here. At least I have to assume so, because there's no other... Okay, yeah, okay. We're to wait here while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here being Lagiston Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from the underground and disperses vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, father brought me here as a child. What, and left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I had been asking father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It's all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow in near to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporets in recreating a similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prism forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique and undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaited Aethirus, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos, in preparation for the great Exodius. But that is not all. It's also the testing ground for the technologies that allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporets have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where it is all barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the great Exodius are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subjected to said restrictions, and will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust, your trust. Then let us proceed. Hester, our next lift operator. Alright, we made it somewhere else. Somewhere a lot more circular. The ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Kakal Denkol, after whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars this way. Okay, so I have one pretty nearby to the northwest. There's no way for me to reach it quickly, though. So I really shouldn't have any issue getting these last 5 if I really wanted to at the moment. Where's the next one? Northwest. That's probably the one we were seeing before. Go ahead and grab a quest first, I think. Well, actually, if we're heading underground, like the quest name is suggesting, maybe I do want to stay up here for the moment. I don't know. Like, if this is just one big circle, I should be able to get all the ether currents without much issue. Okay, we're heading straight west now. We should be seeing it here real soon. Ah, there it is. Just need to find a way up. Okay, very far to the west again. Because I may as well just get the last 3 at this point, you know? Yeah, last 3. That way I don't have to really worry about them at that point. Okay, the next one should be showing up here real soon. And this is basically just a circle, it seems. I should be, like, basically on top of it at this point. Yep, there it is. Two more. One very far north, okay. We're actually coming up to a ether right here. We may as well get it too, because we could teleport back to that one if we need to. But I'm kind of wondering if this just goes around an entire circle. Northeast now, okay. Let's go ahead and grab this etherite first. Okay, the next one should be like fairly close to here, I think, because it should be like right around the edges of what we were picking up before when we were on the other side. So yeah, it does seem that way. It looks like it's going to be like right about on the corner of where we could almost get to before. Yep, there's number 9. I have no idea where number 10 is. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Alright, let's see. It is to the east, so I guess it's just going... You essentially just go around this entire circle to get the ether currents. Which I guess works out enough for me. I'm just kind of hoping there's a shortcut to get back to where we were on the other side of the beginning of the circle. We're very close now. Oh, it's straight north, okay. So it's really probably all on the back wall here. Or the west. Oh, I see it, okay. And number 10. Nice. Alright, all we have left are the Ether Quest ones, so we're doing pretty good. And now we're reaching where the other aetheryte is. The hamlet. I think this is practically all the map, isn't it? Or I guess we don't have that center area yet. Yeah, that seems to be the only spot left that we don't have. Alright. I'm pretty sure we could probably get around again to where we need to be. Alright. I guess we're going to be going down to that center area next, because I'm pretty sure that's where the Ark is.
Could swap around. No, been there, done that. Down there, lost me eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb. But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
You want me to go and fetch the Watsits?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-Wood expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Anyway, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking. And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Aye, just like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
times like these were reminded of how famous or infamous Alphinaud has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. On that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Alright. You doll, huh? Haven't been there in a while.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames, and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins, and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Chizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Yeah, so we're seeing all the places now, huh?
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania.
We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiencies so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
We haven't heard that name in a long time.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
Ruby C. So we really are going all the way around the world.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honorable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Interesting. Though we didn't see what Limsa was up to. In any case, this is probably a good spot to stop for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.